What's going on, guys? Welcome to week 3 of your strength training block, right? For this week, we're gonna maintain, for day 1, we're gonna maintain the same kind of structure that we've been doing for the last 2 weeks. We're also gonna maintain the same tempo, right? We're gonna work on a 4-second eccentric, 2-second isometric hold, and then a 1-second eccentric, concentric, sorry, going up as fast as possible. What's up? I was still good, I wasn't stopping.
No, I'm embarrassed.
Yeah, you should be. Ready?
Yep.
Okay. Take 3. All right. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the 3rd week of your strength training block. All right. So for day 1, we are going to keep the same tempo that we've been working for the last 2 weeks, right? We're going to do a 4-second eccentric, a 2-second isometric hold at the bottom, and a 1-second or a 0-second as fast as you can up phase or concentric phase. Right? The only thing we are going to switch is we're going to switch the exercises a little bit. Okay? The first thing we're going to change is today we're going to work on a front foot elevated split squat. All right? This means that you're going to need a box. Here we're using a yoga block, a stair, like a step will work. Anything where you can elevate your front foot is going to work. Okay? So we're setting up in our split squat position, right? So in this type of lunge or split squat, we're gonna wanna keep our posture upright. The reason is, the whole reason we're elevating that front foot is to create more range of motion for your knee to go down, which means you're gonna need more flexibility in the front of your hip. If you don't have flexibility in the front of the hip, this exercise can actually help you to gain some flexibility, especially the way we're doing it by taking our time on the way down, getting a nice stretch in that hip flexor complex, right? Disassociating the legs, separating the legs apart, holding it, and then coming up, right? It's a really, really good mobility tool, as well as a pretty fatiguing exercise, right? So Andrea's coming down 4 seconds, 3, 2, 1, holding for 2, 1, 2, coming up, and then repeating. We're doing 4 sets of 5 on each leg, right? Go ahead and finish out 2 more sets here. Again, notice she's staying upright. This is putting a big stretch on the front of her hip, and then she comes right back up, right? Then we would switch sides. A very, very, very good exercise for range of motion. Also, that eccentric loading, though, is probably going to make you pretty sore. So another good exercise for building up strength and muscle hypertrophy. Go ahead and relax, Andrea. The second exercise on the first part of day 1 is going to be an archer push-up, okay? So it's a small variation on a regular push-up, kind of building up towards a single arm push-up, okay? So Andrea's going to come down into her push-up position, right? You could do this from your knees or from your toes, either one. You kind of have to find what is most appropriate for you. We're taking a wide hand position. It's called the archer push-up because you're gonna come down and almost end up like in this archer position. One arm stays straight, all your weight goes to one side, and then you switch. Again, we're gonna do our best to keep that 4-second eccentric, that 2-second hold at the bottom, and then right back up, right? So the straighter you keep this arm, the more weight is gonna be all on one side. Again, building us more towards a single arm push-up. We're doing 5 on each side, and then you will rest. Now on these ones, it's important to rest enough to make sure you complete all the reps prescribed. So, you know, anywhere from 90 seconds to 2 minutes, right, it's good, all right? So give those a try, and then we're gonna move on to the second part. All right, guys, so for the next 4 exercises, or your second part of the strength day, you're gonna do, each of them will be for 3 sets of 10 reps, okay? The first exercise is gonna be a rotational side plank, right, similar to what we did last week. You set up in your side plank position. I like to have the front foot in front of the bottom foot, right? This is gonna allow me to rotate a little bit more and get more of a rotation there as I rotate up. I'm just gonna take one hand, point it to the sky, reach underneath her body, rotate as far as she can, and then open it up, right? We're gonna do 10 times to one side, switch over, and then 10 times to the other side. Okay, this is a great exercise for your oblique. Again, you rotate your trunk. It's a fairly good mobility exercise as well. Right. After she completes 10, go ahead and relax. You're gonna lie on your back. We're gonna go into our hollow body knee tuck. So, the hollow body knee tuck, you first have to start in your hollow body hold, right? So your head, shoulders are off the ground, your legs are straight, your back should be flat against the floor. It's almost like you're doing a little crunch, so your abs are engaged. Here, you're gonna bring your knees in, hug your knees, and then extend. Right? All the while you do this, you're gonna hold this hollow body position. And we're gonna do this for 10 times. Now, it doesn't have to be fast. It's actually pretty evenly paced, right? The slower you go, the more strain you're gonna put on your abdomen, which is good because that's what we wanna work on here. Good job, go ahead and relax. Our next exercise is gonna be from the quadruped position. We're doing a hip extension, right? So Andrea's gonna go into her quadruped. That's hands underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips, okay? She's gonna shoot her leg off to the side at 45 degrees. Okay, and go ahead and straighten out that leg. Now, when you do this, I want the toes to point down, right? We want to keep the glute on a stretch. From this position, she's gonna go up towards the ceiling and then back down. And she's gonna do her best to limit rotation in her trunk, forcing the hip to lift the leg up and externally rotate, working the glutes, right? And on this one, we're gonna do 10. Again, notice how she does her best to keep her toes pointed down. I don't want her to rotate her toes up. Good job. Go ahead and relax. So we do 10 on one side and 10 on the other side. Cool. The last exercise in this sequence is going to be a single leg RDL row. Now for that, we're going to use our yoga strap here, right? So you're going to step in it, right? Here you go. Oops, sorry. Right? And I actually want you to hold it with the opposite hand. So the strap's gonna go around 1 foot and you're gonna hold with the opposite hand, right? You're gonna go into your RDL position, so you'll hinge back. And then with that opposite hand, while you're in this position, you're gonna pull and do an isometric row, right? Nice and strong. We wanna engage this side lat and opposite side hamstring and glute. That is what you call your posterior sling, right? It's the muscles that you use when you run, when you jump, when you sprint, and they're all kind of connected through fascia. So this is what we're going for here. 30 seconds, isometric, pulling nice and hard. Good job, go ahead and relax. Set it up on the other side so they can see. So if it's on the left leg, you're gonna pull with the right arm, right? Sit, going into your single RDL position. Hamstring is working, glute is working, toes are digging into the ground. Opposite hand pulls nice and strong. And you'll feel there's a connection there. Right, it's all connected. Again, this is your posterior sling. Woo, not easy. 30 seconds on one side, 30 seconds on the other side. Guys, give it a try. All right, guys, so the last part of day one is gonna be your conditioning portion. So for the conditioning portion, again, we don't want a super long conditioning part. We want most of your energy to go towards building strength, building muscle, right? But we do wanna do just a little bit, just enough to keep our stamina up and our fitness high, right? So the first exercise is gonna be 15 seconds on with 30 seconds break, 4 rounds, right? We're gonna go for an imaginary ball slam. So Andrea's gonna pick up her imaginary medicine ball over her head and slam it down as hard as she can. And she's gonna repeat this as fast as she can for 15 seconds, right? You could also add a jump to this. Either way, I need it to be fairly high intensity, fairly intense. Go ahead and relax. 15 seconds, then you will rest 30 seconds. After those 30 seconds, you're gonna go into the second exercise, which is your lateral box run. So Andrea's gonna start with her feet wide, as if there was a box in between her legs. She's gonna step in, out, out. And she's gonna go as fast as she can for 15 seconds. And relax. Then again, 30 seconds off. You're gonna repeat this for 4 sets. All right, guys, so that's day one. Give it a shot.